You you kind of messed me up there. And you brought in a term that's called pansexual. Now, my question to you, Bishop
Mhm.
Powe, is can you define the term pansexual?
I would hope so, since I used it.
Oh, I don't know, because I've been known to throw out a mean old term I can't define. But go ahead, sir.
Well, for an individual to be pansexual, um,
Hmm.
a pansexual individual can build a sexual or an emotional relationship, sexual or emotional relationship. It doesn't always have
Mm,
to be both. With any gender, it's not
mm,
necessarily based off of your gender identity. It's based off of the attraction and the appeal to the
okay.
individual, no matter what they identify as.
Woo.
So
Listen,
it's a person that is completely fluid.
you are really messing with me tonight because I got this. For those of you that watch, I got this new job, so I'm gonna have to change my show times. And next week, I was supposed to be talking to Gail Hines, who's on here. I was supposed to be talking to her about attraction because a lot of people mess up relationships because they don't understand attraction. So they mess up friendships because they put friends in romantic relationships, and they frustrate relationships because they leave people they probably should be with romantically, they leave them in friendships. Oh, and then there's some people. Now I know my church folk ain't going to agree with this, but there's some people, there's just some sexual energy, and y'all need to just go head on and smash real quick and smack it and flip it, and
All right
engage in
now.
some. Okay, you just need to go ahead and work that out. I don't want to piss him off on camera. Uh, um, you just really need to go ahead and engage in that. But so next week I was supposed to be having this discussion with Gail Hines about attraction, and um when you brought up pansexual, I think there are a lot of people that don't know that aren't pansexual, but they don't know how to handle it.
Hmm. I believe it.
Now,
I
my question.
honestly feel like,
Mm-hmm.
that is the way that people were created. That's my
Woo,
personal thought.
Bishop.
We were created in a pansexual mind frame. It wasn't until the fall of man that actual gender identity and gender roles and things of the sort came about. And even then,
Mm.
even then, historically, we it wavers. Even then, it wasn't until probably the rise of Constantine, Emperor Constantine, um, that that's around 400 BC, that they actually started pushing that agenda of not being fluid with your sexuality or even fluid with your attraction.
This is so deep. Like, this is so deep. I didn't sign on for this. I came on here to talk about drugs and threesomes and be nasty and kind of get on your nerves. But, like, you have totally changed my agenda for tonight. I feel like I'm learning so much. So, what's the difference between someone who's pansexual and someone who is bisexual? Or is there a difference? Are the terms
I
interchangeable?
mean, it can be a difference, but I'm quite sure you can find bisexual in the individuals under the umbrella of pansexualism. Um,
Okay.
because just because you're bisexual does not mean that you're a man that likes men and women. There are so many different gender identities and sexual orientations. So it just means that you like two
You better come
as
through with
opposed to the one.
this. You better come through with education on today and educate the people. Oh, okay.
This does not
So,
mean that I condone any of this. I'm just being real with you all.
I ain't actually to condone. I just love the knowledge. And he loveth knowledge. That's my scripture for tonight. And he loveth. That ain't no scripture. All right, I made that up.
I was definitely about to ask you where it's at. I know the lack of knowledge.
All right. So, okay, so we dealt with all of that because honestly, I think if you are, I don't know about no pansexual, but if you are watching a whole bunch of porn, I think that there's some bisexuality residing somewhere in the creaks and the crevices of your genitals. Marshall Queeley says, where you get this information from? Question mark. By the way, welcome back.